तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Confucius has rightly said, our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. With this, I'd like to welcome you all to today's morning assembly. Prayers. Prayers are not supposed to be considered a duty, but a privilege to be enjoyed. Prayers bring out the emotions of compassion, forgiveness, and empathy in ourselves. It helps us improve ourselves via self-reflection. It brings in a wave of calmness and gratitude. Scientifically speaking, prayers activate your medial prefrontal cortex, making you more attentive and motivated. It helps you rewrite your neural connections, paving the path to success. With this, I would like to invite the music team for today's morning prayers.
शरण पड़े काली जो बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्माद्योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्. One whose intelligence has attained to unity casts away from even hearing this world of dualities, of both good doing and evil doing. Therefore, strive to be in yoga. Yoga are skills in works. From ancient times, health was considered a very essential factor of life. But today, in this corona pandemic, mankind realizes the importance and the value of good health. Eating nutritious food, keeping yourself fit, and regular breathing exercises are all important aspects of life. And so, my friends from TNLE are here to present about the ancient tradition of yoga.
What is yoga? Yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to join or to unite. Yoga is a group of physical, mental and spiritual practices with relation in nature which originated in ancient India. Yoga consists of several breathing techniques along with asanas which help in calming down our mind and body.
Yoga was thought to be introduced by Lord Shiva. It was mentioned in the Rig Veda and the Upanishads. In the Rig Veda, it is mentioned the use of and definition of yoga. There are fossils of the Indus Valley civilization that practiced this discipline around 4,000 years ago. Yoga was initially developed by Patanjali, also known as the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It is the collection of Sanskrit sutras that describe the theory and the practice of yoga. There are a total of 196 sutras. It was compiled between 500 BCE and 400 CE. The text went into obscurity for around 700 years between the 12th century and the 19th century. It regained its fame in the 19th century with the help of Swami Vivekananda and many others. Swami Vivekananda made yoga popular among the Indians. He also introduced yoga towards the West. By 1940, the whole world knew the yoga and its importance. Before the 20th century, various texts like Bhagavad Gita also included the importance of yoga. The father of modern yoga is known as Tirumalai Krishnam Acharya.
Yoga is based on the three principles of Patanjali's practices. Number 1, physical posture. Number 2, breathing exercises. And number 3, spiritual development. But now we'll only focus upon the first two elements. When you do yoga regularly, it builds up your strength, immunity and also develop your heart and lung. It also helps in people who have heart diseases and it reduces the chances of you getting a heart attack. When you do yoga regularly and outstretch your muscles, it develops pain tolerance and you become strong. It also helps in building mental strength, mental toughness, focus.
Hatha Yoga. Hatha in Sanskrit means force. There are two types of Hatha Yoga. The first one that consists of 8 mudras and the second one that consists of 8 asanas. Examples of common asanas that are included in Hatha Yoga are Kakasana and Hanumanasana. Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means the path of unselfish action. It is the second stage on the spiritual journey to attain moksha. Say for example, you are a doctor, then it is your responsibility to treat every patient equally and not judge them on the basis of any ground. Gyan Yoga. Gyan means knowledge in Sanskrit. There are 3 stages of Gyan Yoga. The first one is Shravan, then comes Manan, and lastly Nididhyasana. Also, Gyan Yoga is the second stage of the spiritual path to attain moksha. Lastly, we have Bhakti Yoga, which means belonging or participating. It is the third and final stage to attain moksha. It is important to note that every religion that we practice and every spiritual path that we follow leads to one supreme being, one and only one. And we live in a country where secularism is promoted, meaning that we can practice and profess any religion that we want.
Pranaya. Prana means life force and ayama meaning to restrain or to draw out. The combined form is translated to breath control. It involves regulation of your breath through specific techniques. The purpose is to relax your mind and body. Types of pranayam: Nadi Shuddhi. Sit in a crossed leg position. Your spine stretched straight. Form Nasika Mudra with your hands. Your index and middle fingers folded in and ring and little finger outstretched with both should touch. Thumb outstretched. With the thumb, block the right nostril and inhale. Exhale to the same nostril. With the ring finger, block the left nostril and inhale and exhale to the left nostril. Continue this several times. Kapalbhati Pranayama. Be in a seated position. Breathe 2 to 3 times normally. Take a deep breath in and exhale out with force, sucking your belly in. As you inhale again, your belly should go back to the same position. Repeat the process 20 to 30 times. Brahmari Pranayam. In this type of pranayam, your eyes and ears will be closed. Close your ears with the thumb and your eyes with the fingers. Take a deep breath in and exhale while chanting Om. Repeat this process at least 10 to 15 times. Surya Namaskar, also known as the ultimate asana, strengthens your back as well as your muscles and brings down blood sugar levels. It consists of 12 asanas. Number 1, Pranamasana. Number 2, Hasta Uttanasana. Number 3, Hasta Padasana. Number 4, Ashwa Sanchalasana. Number 5, Dandasana. Number 6, Ashtanga Namaskar. Number 7, Bhujangasana. Number 8. Parvatasana. Number 9. Ashwasanchalasana. Number 10. Hastapadasana. Number 11. Hasta Uttanasana. And number 12. Pranamasana.
In yoga, kriyas are said to be cleansing processes that help clean your body of everything that's unwanted or unchanged in any other way. And there are said to be typically 6 different kriyas. The first of which is Kapalbhati, something we all must know. It helps supposedly to induce brain activity by stimulating your nerve cells. After this, there is Neti, which can be done through water, through a string, a thread, even milk or any other fluid basically that's suitable, and it's a cleansing of your nasal passageway and your nostrils. The third one, especially for people like me who might have these glasses, it's called Tratak, basically staring at a flame for 2 minutes straight, and it's said to improve your eyesight by leaps and bounds. The fourth one is called Nauli. It's a cleansing of everything that's inside your abdomen. Then the fifth one is called Dhuti, and Dhuti can actually be done through a variety of ways: Jal Dhuti, Vastra Dhuti, Dand Dhuti. But the principle of all these kinds of Dhuti are that it induces vomiting so that you can clear your intestinal passageways. And last, but definitely not the least, is something called Basti Kriya. And that is a way to cleanse your rectum, and it is also called yogic enema.
As we learned, Swami Vivekananda was the first one to introduce yoga to the West. He toured the Europe and the US and introduced yoga. The US and the Europe first regarded yoga as just a form of exercise. This exercise was accompanied by some breathing exercise such as pranayam. Later, this exercise ended with some meditation. Yoga has significantly and rapidly changed. Yoga first in the 1890s had just about 80 exercises, but by 2000s it had almost 200 plus exercises. Now we celebrate International Yoga Day every year on the 15th of June. Even this year we will be celebrating it.
May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. What is patriotism to you? 2 days in a year? We might never get the opportunity to serve the nation at the borders. Then let us serve right from where we are. Let us take a step by helping the people around us, keeping the surroundings clean, conserving natural resources, avoiding any type of corrupt practices. Let us do our bit. On this note, I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem. Assembly Savdhan.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Assembly Vishram. Self-reflection is looking back so that looking forward becomes even more clearer. Self-reflection is scary but necessary for empowering growth. And the most effective way to self-reflect is by asking yourself questions. Even Aristotle said that all the answers are within us. They just need to be brought out via proper questioning. So I'd like to invite Shivram sir for today's Point to Socho to help us ask the right questions.
ये देश है वीर जवानों का, अलबेलों का, मस्तानों का। इस देश का यारों क्या कहना, ये देश है दुनिया का गहना। अब मैं और आगे कहूँगा कि ये देश है ज्ञान योग का, कर्म योग का, भक्ति योग का, पतंजलि का, अष्टांग योग का, वगैरह वगैरह। नमस्ते। आज बात कुछ होनी है योग की। योग बहुत ज़्यादा अर्थ में योग शब्द उपयोग किया जा सकता है। योग बेसिकली मीन्स यूनियन। हम कहते हैं कि इनका अच्छा योग चल रहा है, यानी कि इनका कोई भी काम होने की संभावनाएं ज़्यादा बढ़ जाती है। दूसरा, हम कहते हैं कि आप कर्म योग में मानते हैं, यानी हम कर्म को पूजा समझ के करते हैं। कोई ज्ञान योग की बात करता है तो वो कहता है कि हम ज्ञान के रास्ते सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन तक पहुंचेंगे। सो अल्टीमेट डेस्टिनेशन इज रियलाइजेशन, एंड टू रीच देयर these are the several paths. And India became the spiritual capital of the world because of teaching the world what is the destination, first of all, the ultimate destination, and how to reach there. The ultimate destination for mankind is self-realization. And the most popular yoga practice became Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which Swami Vivekananda popularized in the West. And since 19th and 20th century, after Vivekananda visited West, people became fans of yoga, and that was the time when yoga became yoga. And when it came as a rebound from the West, today we people very fancifully call it as yoga, and we have currently limited it to the physical form of asanas. And they say you are as young and you are as fit as your backbone is. If it can stretch, that means you are fit, that means you are young. But I'll basically talk on the importance of the Ashtanga Yoga. The philosophy talks about starting from the external body and gradually going towards your mind. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Okay, so Ashtanga Yoga, eightfold path to reach the ultimate realization. That is self-consciousness and union with the own self. So my question is, if we are launching campaigns like Fit India movement, and Fit India is Hit India, Digital India, Smart India, All Such India, doesn't India actually require a campaign of not just one yoga day worldwide, World Yoga Day? We need a daily dose of yoga. Just as we have daily tea, daily coffee, daily detox, or daily mobile me time, we need to spend some time daily. Why can't we have a daily yoga practice, starting from the asanas to the meditative state and then to the super consciousness state? Can we do that? The answer is yes. When can we do that? The answer lies with all of us. When do we want to get started? Let's roll out some movement in our classes and begin with 2 minutes. What begins with 2 minutes gradually can take the form of half an hour or 1 hour. Let's at least take baby steps, because once we get started, we'll reach there someday. Thank you. Point to Socho.
Thank you, sir. As we move towards the end of today's assembly, मैं बशीर बद्र साहब का एक शेर अर्ज करना चाहूंगा। मुसाफिर है हम भी, मुसाफिर हो तुम भी, मुसाफिर है हम भी, मुसाफिर हो तुम भी, किसी मोड़ पर फिर मुलाकात होगी। I wish you all a marvelous day ahead. Do cherish every moment of it. Now, I'd like to invite the music team for today's exit song. Thank you.
हे परमेश्वर तेरो नाम, हे परमेश्वर तेरो नाम, सुमिरन करते सुबह शाम, सुमिरन करते सुबह शाम।
हे परमेश्वर
अपने मन में है अंधियारा, कर दे तू जियारा।
अपने मन में है अंधियारा, कर दे तू जियारा।
कांटों भरा यह रास्ता मेरा, फूलों से भर दे सारा।
कांटों भरा यह रास्ता मेरा, फूलों से भर दे सारा।
पहुँच सकूं मैं तेरे धाम, पहुँच सकूं मैं तेरे धाम।
हे परमेश्वर तेरो नाम, हे परमेश्वर।
दर्शन की प्यासी आँखों को अब तो दर्श दिखा दे।
दर्शन की प्यासी आँखों को अब तो दर्श दिखा दे।
अंग लगा कर जन्म जन्म की पीड़ा शाम मिटा दे।
अंग लगा कर जन्म जन्म की पीड़ा शाम मिटा दे।
बन जाऊं मैं भी घनश्याम, बन जाऊं मैं भी घनश्याम।
हे परमेश्वर तेरो नाम, सुमिरन करते